Hello and welcome to Bridging the Gap. I'm your host, Todd Johnson, and we're so glad that you joined us today. You have a special treat today coming your way. We have three gentlemen and some students from the Warriors of God School, and I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves. I know we have two grandmasters and a master here on the stage, and they're going to explain. We're going to go delve right into today's program, martial arts. Grandmaster Belfield, Grandmaster Rome, and Master Holly. Welcome to Bridging the Gap and welcome to the show today, gentlemen.
Glad to be here.
Glad to be here.
I'm going to start with Grandmaster Belfield. Now, I know that your school conducts its classes at Corinthian Baptist Church in the Educational Building, which is located at 6100 North 21st Street in the West Oak Lane area. But how did all of that come about? Have you always been there, or did that culminate through someone else saying, hey, you come on over to my church? How did that come about?
Well, we were teaching classes at Belfield Recreation Center. And Mr. Logan, who is a member of Corinthian, his grandson was training under me. And Mr. Logan brought us to Corinthian Church under then Reverend Pryor.
Okay. And I understand that's been, what, about a 15-year marriage now?
Year 2000.
Okay, 15 years. So you guys been married than most couples have been.
Yes, we have.
And another interesting thing I want the public to know, you do not charge for your classes, is that so?
That's correct.
The classes are free, you only have to pay for your uniform.
Only for your uniform.
Okay. And some of the young men that you have taken off the streets were young men who you kind of redirected or rechanneled that energy and got them involved in something positive, is that right?
Absolutely.
Now, Master Rome, how long have you, our audience may not know you're a young man, you're about 24 years old, I think you said. But as a young man, how did you get involved, and how does one reach that grandmaster level? Because someone who's viewing this program may not know or understand or fully appreciate what a grandmaster is or how one achieves that level.
Yes. Well, I started my initial training in martial arts at the age of 24. This was in 1964. It was in a Japanese system called Shotokan. And in 1973, I started training with Mansu Park in a style called Taekyon. And I trained with him until 1976. And Master Belfield and I started training with Dusu Park in 1976. We received our black belts in 1978. Our second dans in 1982, and over the years we've trained with various instructors, Master Tizak Do, Pong Lee, quite a few very distinguished Korean instructors. We've been involved in the American system for some years now, but it's been a 50-year experience for Grandmaster Belfield and myself.
That's wonderful.
With that, and that's how long I've been training. And I left Philadelphia in 1992 and spent 16 years in Virginia, where I trained with some Shoin-ryu people. Coming back to Philadelphia, Grandmaster Belfield approached me, and he introduced me to his program because I hadn't really wanted to be involved anymore in martial arts. But when he told me what it was about, giving back to the community and giving back to the kids, it's just something I just couldn't resist. So I've been training with Master Belfield since that period of time.
That's great, that's great. Now, Master Holly, how does one achieve that level of becoming or being acknowledged or recognized as a master? Is there a process that one goes through?
First and foremost, hard work and dedication. You know, the process is, you know, you go through levels, you go through steps, you go through ranks in the belt system, your tests and everything else to, you know, reach that goal. And that's all dependent on the person. If you would like to become a master or achieve more, then that's what you'll do.
Do you have to, is it a test that one takes, a standardized test, or do you have to go through certain types of moves? And
There's a standardized test in various areas, including mental, spiritual. You're graded on all of that, and kicking, punching, throwing, weapons. There's a lot of different areas. And as you move up, it gets more complicated,
Okay.
especially to become a master.
Wow.
You become a master at 4th degree.
Okay. Now, I'm sitting here with 2 grandmasters and a master, so I can ask you guys questions that I've always wanted to ask someone who was involved in martial arts but maybe never had an opportunity to. You see the movies, and I know the movies take things and make it, you know, more grander than what it is, but martial arts that you see on TV, the guys, you know, jumping through windows and so forth, but basically, what has martial arts done for you and your students? Not the glamorous side of, you know, seeing a guy chop a board, but for instance, some of your students who you may have taken off the streets, who were at-risk kids, what are some of the things that you've seen over the last 15 years? Have you any success stories where a kid comes back and says, it's because of you, I got my life straightened out, and so on and so forth?
Yes. I had one young lady, she used to train under me with her 2 brothers. And they were kind of like troublesome kids, and they would always fight each other. And their grandmother brought them to me. And it just so happened that I wouldn't let them spar anyone else but each other. So they sparred each other so much they got tired of fighting one another. And the girl, she was having a little trouble at school, a little trouble in the street. And so in later years, I was at one class and I saw some young lady staring at me. And then I recognized her grandmother. She said, "Do you know who that is?" I said, "No." It was that same young lady. She had became a teacher, and she told me, she said, "Master Belfield," she said, "this helped me become a teacher." And she was a certified teacher. So those success stories, you know, this is what we're all about.
Right.
We want to have those type of success stories.
And the name of the school is?
It's the Warriors of God, Hankook Musu Dojang Karate School.
Okay. Now, for our viewing audience that would like to get in touch with the school, maybe some parents or grandparents might be viewing this program, is there a phone number that they can call to get more information about you guys?
Yes, they can call 215-605-2669.
Okay. 215-605.
2669.
2669, okay. And do you guys have a website address or where someone can go and find out information?
No, at this time we do not.
Okay, but that phone number will give them all the information they need.
Yes, it will be answered, and we will
Okay, and you'll,
explain everything to them.
now let's play hypothetical for a minute, Grandmaster. I have a 8-year-old granddaughter, which I do. I have an 8-year-old granddaughter, and I want to channel her into something, you know, positive. And I bring her to your school, and I say, "Grandmaster, I want you to work with my granddaughter. What are some of the things that I should expect to see as she grows and matures and is under your tutelage?"
Well, initially, what we do is we explain the protocols of the school, and we let them know that is an imperative. They have to adhere to the rules and protocols of the school. And that's one of the criteria that's expected of a student when they come into the school. It says free, and it is free, but as we all know, nothing's free. You have to give back to me as I give back to you. They expect the best from us, the parents, as well as the student, and so we expect you to give us your best as well. And we take them through a series of kicking and blocking drills and explaining to them what those are for. But mainly we place a lot of emphasis on mentoring, letting them know that this is something that you don't go out in the street and the first time you get in an argument, you want to do karate or practice your martial arts on people with that. The main thing is training the mind even more so than the body, because everything you are is from the mind. And we have children who, they come in, they want to learn how to basically fight. And that's okay. But with that comes the responsibility of being responsible. You know, and that's the main emphasis that we try to place, is always give your best to positive things.
Right.
You know, and for you, we want to put people start them as kids to adults to be productive citizens in their community and try to give them the tools to work with that. That is our main emphasis, and that's how we start out with the student as well.
Master Holly, I see you're all geared up in your uniform. And as a child, I remember going to the Bruce Lee movies when I was a kid. Of course, I'm dating myself. I'm showing my age. In the 70s, it cost $1 to go to a movie. But when I would go to a movie and see Bruce Lee, I would come out and start practicing and, you know, jumping around with my friends. Do you, as a master, try to get across to your students that martial arts is a privilege and an honor to be involved in, not something as Grandmaster just alluded to, that it's not something that when you get to a fight or just a dispute on the street that you use against someone else?
We definitely always teach the kids that, you know, what you're learning here is a discipline. And once you learn this art and become proficient at this art, you know, it helps you to be more under control and to also, you know, try to avoid certain things that come about, certain, you know, fights, things that are unnecessary because, you know, you can get in trouble, you know, whatever the case may be. You don't want to do that. You don't want to, you know, be like that. You want to be disciplined. You want to be humble. It teaches you how to be humble.
So when I come to your school, I'm going to be taught humility, sacrifice. Grandmaster alluded to, I'm going to be taught how to give back. Now, Grandmaster Belfield, when you say some of the success stories of some of your students, what is something that we know what the students got out of it? That young lady became a teacher. What is it that you have gotten out of this experience and this work that you do with these young people?
Knowing that I have made a difference, that we have made a difference. Knowing that these young kids could be on the street getting in trouble, but they are in our school, their school, doing something that they have to do. Everybody can't play football and baseball and basketball. This is something they do individually. Right. And Master Holly is an example of this, because Master Holly been training with me since he was 7 years old. Wow. And he's, you know, he's a success story, and he's still with me. And he's been since he's 7 years old. So, you know, and had these instructors helping me and still being loyal to me, and we taking people off the street, you know. And I'd like to point out, through the help of these gentlemen, if people come in, there have been some people just couldn't afford the uniforms, and we all chip in and give them a uniform.
That's wonderful.
So I'm very appreciative to these, and I'm very appreciative. I would like to give Mr. Logan his props, because he's been with me all this time.
Yes.
And he used to take all my videos and whatnot, and he's my right arm.
He's a wonderful man.
Yes, he is.
And he's partially responsible for us being here today, especially for me. He's been a great encourager. Grandmaster, there are individuals now, we know we see a lot of fighting and a lot of things going on in the street. What do you say to your students to get them, as you said, not to use what they learn on the street? What are some of the things you might say to a young person to kind of steer them away from getting involved in an altercation?
In some cases, it's hard to do, but I emphasize diplomacy. We have a saying in our system that the greatest victory that one can achieve is a victory without confusion or violence. In today's society, that's a little difficult to do. But I emphasize diplomacy, but if all else fails, you do what you have to do. But we try to teach them, if you're going to need it, don't try to be lethal when you don't have to be. Right. You know, I'm not going to punch a guy in his nose and drive his cartilage up into his brain just because he's trying to maybe just simply punch me. Now, if he had a weapon or something, if my life was in danger, then that's a different scenario. Right. You know, that's just knowing when and where to apply the skills you've been taught and how to use them. With that's important. That's all about control of the mind and body, which is, of course, you know, one of the main emphasis of martial arts.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And we're going to come back with some demonstrations. Don't you go away. We'll be right back.
In LaSalle University's Communication Department, students learn to think and do.
Every semester, communication students create and implement public relations plans for local nonprofit organizations.
And journalism students produce Germantown Beat, an online news source for the local community.
It's great that we can apply what we learn in the classroom in our community.
Philadelphia is the nation's 4th largest media market and has 4 major sports teams.
Being in a major media market allows us to gain great professional experience through internships and co-ops.
The Communication Center is home to the university's cable station.
LaSalle TV reaches over 350,000 homes in Philadelphia and airs mostly student-produced programming.
Our communication department is ranked in the top 10 in North America for relational communication research.
But keeping with the tradition of the De La Salle Christian Brothers, teaching students comes first.
Think, do with LaSalle Communication. Check us out on Facebook and Twitter.
Have you ever had someone repeatedly put their hands on you even though you were saying no?
Been threatened into an unwanted sexual activity? Each year, there are almost 300,000 victims of sexual assault,
Unwanted touching,
attempted rape, and committed rape
and even receiving sexually threatening messages.
are all forms of sexual assault. Anyone can be a victim.
No matter the age, gender, or ethnicity, take a stand
Against sexual assault.
Cyberbullying comes in many forms and can happen 24/7. If you or someone you know is a victim of cyberbullying, take preventative and assertive action. Keep evidence and document all instances. Remember to record dates, times, descriptions, and also save and print screenshots. Block your cyberbully and present your evidence to school officials or law enforcement. No one deserves to be a victim of cyberbullying, and together we can end it. For more information, visit stopbullying.com.
I'm a Writing Center tutor, and I know more.
I'm an athlete, and I know more.
I'm a professor, and I know more.
I'm in Greek life, and I know more.
I'm an RA, and I know more.
If you see someone who may be at risk of sexual assault, step up and keep them safe. For more information about sexual assault and what you can do to prevent it, visit knowmore.org. Show your support by speaking out against sexual assault by using the KnowMore hashtag on social media.
I didn't think this could happen to me.
I just wanted to feel pretty.
I just put my drink down for a second.
I didn't want to hurt her. I didn't want to fight back.
Hello and welcome back to Bridging the Gap. I'm your host, Ty Johnson, and we have with us the Warriors of God School of Martial Arts with us today. We're going to have a demonstration now. Master Belfield is going to explain as we go through various procedures, as it were. Gentlemen.
Okay, we see Master Holly and Jabari bowing in to do the self-defense demonstration. Master Holly takes them down from a punch attack. Then we see another attack that the opponent went to strike him, and he throws him over the shoulder throw. Jabari's grabbing Master Holly. Master Holly broke the grab, and then he took him to the ground. Another. He breaks the throat attack, the choke attack, and he also takes him down and controls him.
Right.
Now Master Holly shall demonstrate some cane techniques.
Hey!
As you can see, he stops his opponent with a low
Right.
attack. This is another attacker chain coming up.
That'll
It's a
turn you
different attack.
That'll turn you into a
From the
soprano.
groin area, yes. And this is by the throat. Now we shall go to a knife attack.
Okay, so this is how you would disarm someone.
With, if they attack you with the knife, overhead knife strap. And he controls his opponent. Another, he takes him down by the arm. These techniques take practice, many years of practice. Over the head, and from a different, you see he's disarming him, or he can break his arm.
Right.
Another throwing attack. As you see, knowing how to fall when a person throws you is very important.
Yes, I can see that.
Especially in the street, you'll be thrown on cement.
There's no getting up once you hit that cement.
This is a one-hand grab, whether he attack his opponent. You see he punch, a low punch, then a middle punch, and then he takes him down. Another one-hand grab. And that's a choker.
Yeah.
Over the head throw, and he still controls his opponent. As I say, Master Holly been training with me many years. That's a breakaway from a choke. Another breakaway, and he comes back with an attack. And he controls the opponent. Complete control.
Yeah, that would look like a cross-faced chicken. When yeah.
As you can see, an attack to the groin, and he slaps him behind the ears, and an attack to his eyes, and to the throat. And you see the control that he has over this person.
Yes.
Now he is attacked from the rear. He has him by the arms.
Okay.
And Master Holly breaks a simple break. He stomps him, breaks the hold, and bam, throws him over. And now he has him in submission hold. I guess you're used to that with the wrestlers.
Yes, I am. I'm familiar with that hold there. Good grief.
That's a break, just showing you how to break a grab. Now he knees him. It's a knee attack. Another one-hand grab. Elbow attack.
Wow, look at that.
And he takes him over. We also have a gentleman that's going to do a form. Would you like to see the form?
Sure.
Okay, the form. Hurry up.
I'm really intense in watching these moves.
He's going to do a form. Don't block him, Dave. He's going to do a form.
Second form. Jose Page, Ija, sir. How many moves? 20 movements, sir. Begin.
You form as a pattern. It's the closest thing you come to fighting without actually being in combat. These are moves that you would execute when you're fighting an opponent. You must perform forms in order to advance to your next belt. The higher the belt,
the more difficult
the moves. Can you do one?
One last move.
One
Yeah.
last.
We got time for one.
1 minute. Hurry up. What do you say?
Quickly.
Quickly.
One with your choice.
Quickly.
Quickly. Sir, begin.
You see, the more advanced your belt, the more advanced the forms are.
Right. I'm watching intensely because a couple of these moves I want to try them with Tanya Ellis to see if they work.
Mr. Jabari will be going for his black belt.
Okay. All right, well, thank you. That was a great demonstration. Again, I'm Todd Johnson. When one's on the right, another's on the left. When we reach towards the middle, we begin to bridge the gap. Until next time, love somebody and be nice to everybody. Bye for now.